guys, Chris here from Kite Republic. We are here today to talk about the differences between the Naish S26 Wingsurfer and the all-new Naish Matador. So, if I step out of the way here, you'll see the very first thing. This is a 4.6 metre versus a 4 metre, so very close in size. The first thing you'll notice, have a look at where these wingtips finish. So have a think about what that means in terms of the amount of extra material that is in this area here. So you think about that much extra material almost the whole way across, not quite in the middle, but almost. That's a lot of extra drag as well. So the Wingsurfer is going to be a little bit slower, a little bit more stable, and probably have a little bit more even sort of power on, power off. You're going to get that cruiser sort of feel from having that extra there. Whereas on this side, the Matador, less material, a little bit higher aspect, still really squared off wingtips as well. So it's not like it's much longer, they're very similar. But a little bit more, that's going to be your sports car model. So if you want more reactivity, you want more power on, power off, and you want more liveliness, the Matador is going to deliver from that point of view. Okay, when we go through from there, we look at the thickness of the leading edge. Now, keep in mind the S26 Wingsurfer has had a huge improvement in that leading edge stability and strength. So it's already been bulked up a bit from where we were at a year ago. But if you compare that with what we've got here, you'll notice much thicker looking, much stronger looking, and then getting into the center, and we're talking a super thick, super chunky, super strong feel. So again, reactivity, you want it for pumping, you want it for strength when you might be jumping or when you might be just wanting that extra bit of zing right then, right there. That's going to have less of that lag time as well, and then have to work out where the power is coming from. Whereas on your standard sort of wings, which is like what the S26 is, even though it's fairly thick through there, it does even out. So it's probably going to feel a little bit smoother for you. So a little bit of a difference there. When we look at the windows, the Wingsurfer is aimed from beginners right through to advanced riders. It's got a massive window there, and it's aimed at every different style of use. So looking in all different directions for different things, they are huge. But again, done really nicely. Don't feel like they add heaps of weight. Look like they're finished very well, as Naish really does. We move across here to the Matador. This wing, remember, is aimed at upwinder, downwinder. When you're up in that power mode, Naish are picturing the rider that's going to love this thing as someone who wants to just point into the wind, get to their wave, and then just binge on bumps, waves, everything else. And that's what they've done here. They've positioned them in a place where it's right out towards the front there, nice and small, so there's not too much extra or different material in there, but still enough vision to be safe and be able to get around. When we go to the handles, the Matador has had the ultimate bulk up, I would say, when it comes to stiffness in the handles. Like if I push that straight on, it's a really stiff handle. Not too big, but plenty to grab there when you want to whip it back from your wave position or anything else. Still got the V handles and the rest. If we move across to the Wingsurfer, so this one here, much easier to push in. It's a much lighter handle. Again, for feel, I'd say that the Matador is going to have that little bit more because it is stiffer. For comfort, they're both very good. And in terms of the positioning that they've used, they're almost identical when you look across between the Wingsurfer and the Matador handles. Same thing up here. You'll notice, softer grab handle, but still absolutely fine. And then, this neoprene patch through here is going that way. Ideally, I probably like what we're about to see in the Matador, where it covers that whole knuckle area, even if you're out wide. And we'll come across and have a quick look at that one. So again, thicker gauge webbing that they've used through here, and then a much bigger patch. And reasoning for that as well, they are expecting the ultimate rider for this wing to pretty much want to be in that whenever they're in performance mode. So they've really done that well, and they've really got it bang on. Now let's have a look at these two from the side. You'll notice with the Matador, really pronounced draft up towards the front here. And again, the Wingsurfer's fairly forwards. I'd say the Wingsurfer, we'll see in a second, the draft's a little bit further back and not quite as pronounced. So what this is going to do, it's really going to allow, it almost sucks you upwind, really allows that power to be pulling from the front and to be able to be then angling into the wind better. And because that's so pronounced, obviously to keep that shape and maximize the efficiency of it, you need tension from the back here. And this is quite wide. So if we look at that one there, in terms of hands width, I've got to spread my fingers out a good bit there to be able to get that going. So I don't know what that is. It's probably 17 centimeters ish, but quite a big luff strut. One, it's going to allow the strength for that big draft, and two, it's plenty there to be able to actually flatten out and get that Matador's cape happening behind you there when you're in that really, you know, neutral surfing style mode. You know, the wing's not going to be jumping everywhere. There's a lot to just flatten out and create just a little bit of drag behind you so it's not bouncing around too much. We look over here at the Wingsurfer. So again, the main draft is up through this area here, I would say. There's still a fair bit of a pronounced area through here. I would say it doesn't hold quite the same tension as what the Matador does, but it's still very solid. And it's just going to be a little bit more neutral with the pull. So not quite so much forward pull into the wind. It's going to have a little bit more of that even power as well. And if we look back here, before I was splitting my fingers to just have that to be able to cover it. Like on the other one, I was probably about there. This one in there, so I'd say we're closer to 10-15 centimeters instead of 15-20 centimeters. So still a good amount of draft, still going to be pulling from that front, and it's going to be aimed at what this wing is aimed at, that all-rounder, easy to use. It's going to feel, I won't say Cadillac, it's going to feel nice and sporty still, and it's a fantastic wing. But if you want the Ferrari style, sports car style, get you into the wind, play around, catch every wave there is, and not be wasting time tacking back too long, then the Matador is probably what is going to do that for you. All right, now looking at this from the other view as well, you'll get a really good sense of that extra depth that the Wingsurfer has through it as opposed to the Matador, and that extra material. Now, I honestly don't know the answer to this yet, but this one here's got straight panels running through it. This one is noticeably stiff through the top. And then towards the back, it's got a bit, it's got that extra material, so it doesn't look quite as stiff. If you look at the Matador here, so it's wider paneling towards the top. However, because of that really, I would say a tight and pronounced draft there, it is quite, really stiff still. However, then when we get to the trailing edge of the wing, you'll see much smaller paneling. Now I'm wondering if that's a way to be able to sort of tension that up towards the back there, and possibly just allow that extra performance with less drag through there. So I don't know the answer to that, but that would be my thoughts on why they've potentially gone smaller with the paneling at the back, and it makes a lot of sense to me if that is so. So Nash, hit me up, let me know. But look, two really nice wings. Ultimate sports car performance, get you upwind quicker than anything else, and then be super fun to surf with as well. You'd probably go Matador, getting into the sport, looking for something that's going to allow ease of use, but then still allow you to grow into huge amounts of different areas of wing. You look over here towards the Wingsurfer. Great job, Nash, both looking really good. Looking forward to hearing your comments on them below. And if you want any more information, hit us up, kiterepublic.com.au, or check out the links below. Cheers.